Tonight. I got to get up off of here, but I need to give y'all this lesson. HTC fam, HTC peeps, I got to give y'all this lesson. I wouldn't be doing my pastoral duties if I don't do what God has called me to do. The trials of life. James chapter 1 verses 2 through 4 in the Message Bible is the foundational scripture for this particular lesson or foundation that we're laying tonight. But Leonardo da Vinci, the painter, Leonardo da Vinci says, and I quote, he says, "I love those who can smile in trouble." I love those who can smile in trouble. Now, this was Leonardo da Vinci, the painter, the famous painter, who says, "I love those who can smile in trouble," unquote. And the Bible tells me in the book of James, chapter 1, verses 2 through 4, the Message Bible tells us, it says, "Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides." Let me park right there. Let me put a quarter in the meter and park right there, as my good friend Bishop Avery Kinney would say. And let me go here. Listen, I've had opposition, I've had trials, I've had challenges come at me and my family for 5 years from all sides. Guess what? They ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop. And it doesn't stop just because you become a Christian. It doesn't stop just because you give your life over to the Lord. But it gets better. It gets better. It says, "You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors." When you really want to see what's inside of a person, when you really want to see what a person is made of, when you really want us to see when the rubber meets the road, so to say, and you want to see what is in a person, this is one of my tests that I like to do. I like to put somebody in a position of authority, give them a little power, give them a little responsibility, give them a little accountability, give them something that you can hold them to doing, and watch, because what's truly in them is going to come out. If they are power hungry and they are a power struggle type person, watch, it's going to come out of them. If they lazy, it's going to come out of them. If it's something that you don't see in somebody, leaders, if it's something you can't put your hand on right now, get them involved in the ministry, get them to working, get them to put their hands to doing something. Everybody has been given an ability. Everybody has been given a gift. We don't have it all, but it's in the body. It's in the ministry. It's where you are. It's the people who are around you. Everybody has something to do. Get them involved, and you can start seeing where people really need to be. Because sometimes putting Sister Shona on the door and Sister Shona ain't cracked a smile in over 50 years because she's bitter, angry, mad, and you got her greeting at the door, and she nasty greeting folk. That ain't where she's supposed to be. But let's say she is top of the line, top game, hospitable in the hospitality department, and you ain't figured that out yet after 25 years of having her to serve on that door, and not realize that ain't her calling, that's not her place, that is not her gift. Hello, somebody. Let me go on. Let me move forward. Let me keep going. I got to get through this. Your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Oh man, listen. When the trials, when the trouble, when the obscurity, when the obstacles are hitting, when it's coming at you from whatever sides, listen. It is not going to kill you. It's going to make you stronger. I believe Miley Cyrus, her song "The Climb," kind of hits on that. You know, it ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna kill you. It's gonna make you stronger. Because listen, if it didn't, you wouldn't be here right now today. if it's not going to make you stronger, if it's not going to make you grow, if it's not going to benefit you down the line, listen, you wouldn't even be watching me. You wouldn't be listening to me right now. You wouldn't even be, you'd be in a pine box 6 foot under. So don't try to get out of it prematurely. Don't try to jump out of the process prematurely. Don't try to jump out of the fire prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. Y'all know that deficient, like the doctor would tell you that you have a bone deficiency, meaning that you have a deficiency either in the area of vitamin D. See, my doctor told me, my last doctor visit, she told me that my vitamin D count was low and that I don't get enough sun. I wanted to sit there and tell a woman, the devil is a lie. I love the sun. I go outside. I hang out outside. I ain't got no problem when the sun is out. I go outside. Now, because of this environment and climate where we at, maybe the sun ain't radiating enough, but I'm out there. I'm hanging in the sun. My job, when I started working outside in the summer. I was out in the heat. I started getting a little dark. But for her to tell me that, I wanted to tell the devil is a lie. My vitamin D is good. I'm not deficient. But here it tells you not to be deficient in any way, and not to jump out of the trial. Don't try to get out of or try to fix the problem and end up doing something that causes you to prematurely miss out on your opportunity. See, opposition releases opportunity. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. The New Living Translation says this. It says, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy." Opposition releases opportunity. The opposition causes you to have great joy in what you're going through. I know it may not look good. I know it may not feel good. I know that you might not even want to crack a smile at that time. You might think that if you put on the smile, you're putting on a facade. You might feel like you're being fake, you're being phony. The Bible tells me that you are to consider an opportunity for great joy. In other words, the King James Version says, "Count it all joy when you fall into various trials." Count it all joy. Put a smile on your face. Look the devil square dead in his eye and say, "Man, that's all you got?" Hello, somebody. If it didn't take you out, if it didn't kill you, it made you stronger. Or better yet, I'll get to that. I'm jumping the gun. A trial. We know when you hear the word trial, we usually think of the courtroom setting. We usually think of the judge and the jury. Well, that's going to come later on down in this series. We'll kind of hit on that a little bit later on in this series. But this particular definition I want to use is that a trial is a test of the performance, qualities, or suitability of someone or something. A person, thing, or situation that tests a person's endurance and forbearance. In other words, it comes to see what's in you. It comes to see what you're made of. It comes to see how well you perform under pressure. How well. What are your qualities that will get you through this situation? When the trial is hitting you, do you fall on your knees and start crying out and praying to God? Or when the trials and the tribulations and the troubles are hitting you, are you like how most people are? Some people grumble, some people gripe, some people groan, some grieve, some growl. And then there are some of us who grow. Where do you fall in line in that? Hello, somebody. The trials of life. See, trouble don't last always. Weeping may endure for a night, And it don't mean from sun up to sundown. It don't mean that when it's daylight and it gets dark. No, weeping may endure for a night. Weeping may endure. You're going to cry for a while. But sooner or later, you're going to get up. You're going to knock the dust off. You're going to shake the dust off. You're going to get up. You're going to get back at it. When you fell off that bicycle, you didn't just quit. When you fell off the bike, you got a little scar. You got a little boo-boo. You got a little bruise. You didn't quit. You didn't give up. No. Sooner or later, you got back on it. You tried it again. You might have fell off again. You probably didn't get as bad of a scrape this time. You probably went a little further, a little longer of a distance this time. Your endurance, hello somebody, you started growing. You started to grow. Trouble will never leave a person the same. Trouble will never leave a person the same. It will either make you bitter or it will make you better. I need y'all to hear this. Trouble will never leave you the same. Excuse me. It will either make you bitter or it'll make you better. Which one has it done for you? As Janet Jackson would say, what have you done for me lately? Trouble, what have you done for me lately? Have you made me bitter or have you made me better? What have you done for me lately, trouble? There was a poet who wrote a poem, and he wrote and said that Christ is no security against the storms, but he is perfect security in the storm. He does not promise an easy passage, but he does guarantee a safe landing. See, the road of life is never without trials and tribulations. Through the trials and the tribulations of life come the openness to receive greatness. Sometimes it takes trials and tribulations and troubles to strengthen you for the glory ahead. I'm going to leave y'all with this point. I thank y'all. My time is up. I thank you all for yours. Let me leave you with this point. I just told you I'm not going to be online. I just want to lay this foundation in this series and then crack back into this next week. Our hardest battles, the hardest battle that you face will often lead to your greatest moments. Did y'all hear me? Did y'all hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying? Your hardest battle that you face, the hardest battle that you're in right now, the hardest battle that you're facing right now, that battle will lead you to one of your most greatest moments. I'm gonna put a pin right there. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that till we meet again. In the meantime, in between time, my time is up. I thank you all for yours. For those of you who know me, those of you who don't know me, I'm Kelvin Dunn, Senior Lead Pastor and founder of Harvest Temple Church of Restoration, right here in Chesapeake Beach, Maryland. Go to our website, www.christrestored.net. All our information is there. Please feel free. If you want to contact us, you can email us at harvesttemple